Hello and welcome to Daily Brown Bag. Today we're going to be talking about online marketing budget trends. I'm Chad Hill and I'm joined by Adam Stetzer.
Yeah, good morning, Chad. Welcome to the Brown Bag. This is a cool part in our series about online marketing trends in 2015. We've been talking about it all year, Chad, and today we're trying to further the discussion to get more into budgeting trends. Specifically, we get this question from our SEO resellers all the time. How much should a small business spend on SEO? And it begs this question, what does the data say? What are the trends around budget and how much money should be going to online marketing? So a couple points I'll make to open this up, and then we'll get into some data. First, SEO is a long-term commitment. We say it all the time. It bears repeating. This is not a short-term fix. SEO is not something that will give you immediate results like PPC, although even PPC takes some time to burn in. Relatively speaking, PPC is the quicker route to make the phone ring, to get leads in from your website today. SEO is the long-term investment, and that discourages some people, but the data trends show us that there's still a lot of people in this. They're just trying to understand, how much should I be spending? I'm a small business. How much money should go towards this? So if you view SEO as an ongoing effort, it starts to feel a little bit more like a utility bill. It's sort of the slow and steady approach to online marketing. But the good news is, unlike your utility bill, the more time you spend on it, the better your return on investment is going to be. I know, Chad, you've got all sorts of data that we share with our resellers all the time, showing where that inflection point is, building equity in SEO to a point where the return on investment flips positive. That can be 6 months, that can be 12 months on some very difficult keywords, that can be 24 or 36 months. So, and again, let's get into the data. We want to really share what we're seeing in the trends. A survey we conducted of online or small businesses who do online marketing in December had a couple highlights, Chad. First, we discovered that most small business clients budget between $500 and $1,500 per month for their search marketing efforts. 36% of their marketing budgets were dedicated to SEO, which was double what they said they were dedicating to PPC and social media and email, which is an interesting statistic and is in line with other stats we've seen showing what the return on investment, again, long-term for search engine optimization really is. But the kicker on this, and something we've really got to talk about when setting people's expectations, about their marketing budgets, is for $500 a month, they do have big expectations. So I think, Chad, a question for you, is this realistic? What does this data tell us? What trends are we seeing in our SEO reseller community about what they should expect, what they should spend?
Yeah, well, I think that it really comes down, it's a tough question to answer because there are a lot of variables to go into it. I think the first thing that you want to think about when you're looking at this is, how old's your site and are you new to SEO? Because a new website is obviously much more difficult, or maybe not obviously, but much more difficult to establish and then make it rank against competitors in the search rankings. So the first thing is really looking at, what are you starting with from a website. The second one is then to look at the market that you're in. So if you're competing in a relatively uncompetitive category in a smaller market, a $500 budget may be more than enough. But if you're trying to rank on national keywords, even if you are a small business, it may not be enough. So you really need to look at the market. And then I think most importantly, look at the competitors in your market. What are they doing for SEO today? And whether or not you can actually, what budget you need to overcome those efforts. Because in order to get to the top of the rankings, you have to knock out the people who are currently ranking there. And those people aren't going to go willingly. They're going to want to fight against any effort you put in to outrank them. And I think the next thing really that gets into, and this is really one of the overall trends and budget trends that we're seeing in online marketing, is that SEO isn't just a standalone service anymore. It's a part of a diversified marketing campaign. And so when you're thinking about the budget, it might be okay to say, yes, I'm going to spend $500 on SEO, but $500 on SEO may get you a few articles and some promotion to try to build references and citations back to your website. But you're really going to do a lot better with SEO if you're able to couple in some social media, to couple in some perhaps even email marketing to get people to be aware of your content, to help them share it better. So there's a lot of other parts that you can't just say SEO is one part and you can do $500 of SEO and be done. It really is a part of a bigger budget. So I think that what you really then start to dig into in terms of establishing what the budget is what do you need? If you can write your own on-site content, that's going to save you a little money. But if you need someone to help complete a blog, which is necessary to generate interest in your website and build an audience, and then be able to promote it via social media. There are budget constraints there. So figure out what you can do and what you need to outsource. And then I think, again, the big trend in online marketing budgets that we're seeing here is really that you have to do more in order to compete against people who have now been in the market for many years. And so, really, when you're looking at just saying, is 500 enough? It probably isn't, unless you're in a very small market and maybe you just need local search rankings. So again, I think just to summarize some of the points here, when you're thinking about a budget and the trends that we're seeing for SEO budgets, you really want to look at this is not a short-term gain. You don't really want to blow your budget in 1 month. This is something that, as you said, Adam, takes many, many months, and so you want to be able to stand the test of time. So don't go out and blow your whole annual budget in 2 or 3 months because you think I'll get there faster. You actually want to think about consistent effort over a long period of time, and then again, be in it for the long term, because what we're seeing now is that rankings that used to be attainable within 90 days are now taking 6 months or maybe even 12 months. So if you really have a mentality that I'm going to see something this is going to pay off in the short term, you really need to be thinking in a much longer term mindset. Well, thank you very much for joining our daily brown bag. Be sure to add a comment to this content or to follow us on social media. Thank you very much.